she
Let's
on.
see if we can hear.
Who's that red bit? Are you kidding me?
You can do it.
We're all getting a bit chunky.
Am I chunky or what?
What is that?
It's up here, Lucy.
Look at it.
It's so meaty.
Show us your double chin. Got my singlet on now, girls, so you'll be happy with
Good.
that.
Good.
Hey. Hello everyone, or maybe this is just for our own sake. We're not quite sure what this video is for or what it's going to help us for in the future. But we decided to make a video, and we haven't done one in a while, have we? It's been quite a while. So we just thought it would be a good time to pick up the camera, because we feel like tonight and today we've learnt some things perhaps, or we're on the...
We are learning.
We are learning some things that perhaps will help us in the future. And we think that by recording this video, we're creating something that we can learn from and use as a memory to what we are experiencing now. Because we full well know that when we come back to New Zealand and we go back to what is normal life, I guess, that hard times are going to come. And if we can look back and remember how we're dealing with the hard times over here, then that's a good thing. So that's what we're doing, and we're just going to talk about what has happened in the last few weeks, because it's been really hard, and it has definitely been the hardest thing our family has ever dealt with or been through. And I guess for once we realised that we're no different to anybody else. We're not special in any way. We're not
We're not an exception to the rule.
no. And just as bad things can happen to everybody, and everybody can go through really hard times where you really struggle, so do we. So does everybody. We all do. Hey. And we arrived, we've been in India for just on 2 weeks,
2
is it?
weeks, yeah.
2 weeks. And we spent the first week in Goa, which was really nice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice house, you liked it, eh?
We loved it.
For the pool.
And supermarkets.
The pool got real dirty. It ended up turning green.
Like,
Like
Yeah.
actually green.
But we were comfortable. We had everything we needed. And
Including Wi-Fi.
including Wi-Fi, and you know, just simple things, TV, you know.
Couch.
Yeah, and a couch. Couches are quite a
It
priority.
doesn't seem like a big ask.
But it's a priority, a couch. It used to be things like a kitchen and a fridge. Now it's just a couch. We want a couch.
And it's a TV.
We're sitting on the bed right now because we don't have a couch.
There's no couch.
But what we're trying to say is we came on this trip wanting to experience something different, wanting to learn most of all. And I think today we've learned something pretty big, and that is that when you cut out everything, you cut out TV, you cut out Wi-Fi, internet, friends that you can just ring up, neighbours, when you cut all that out, you got nothing.
Except
Each other.
yeah.
Accept each other. And we were feeling pretty crap today. And we have done regularly for about the last 3 or 4 weeks, and that's why there's been no videos out. We just needed to drop everything and be the Howards.
It's actually a little scary. just a little scary how you were really comfortable at home. Like when we were at 11 Winston Ave, that house, it was like had everything you needed, a kitchen and everything, and you were all comfortable there with a nice neighbourhood and everything. Everyone you knew, and you could go do that. And then you changed into something completely different.
And had nothing.
And then we're moving from like 3 in the morning till
8
at night.
3 in the morning till 8.
We do long days,
Mm.
and we're constantly changing our location,
Yeah.
what we know.
We just get settled somewhere and we're off again.
And lately we've been just staying at one place for one night, then moving to another, staying there for 2 nights. And it's been a lot of travelling.
It's tiring, eh?
Very tiring.
And then we normally get to where we're going and we race around and have a quick look at it, and the next minute we're on our iPads or our phones or
Catching up on
Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And when you have nothing, you actually talk.
We arrived at this place today and it was a bit of a shock to us. I mean, it's a good building, it's clean, it's got beds, but that's about it.
It's about we have 2 sort of large beds, sort of king size beds, and we have a dining room table and 5 chairs, 3 plates, 3 cups, some forks.
And a spoon.
And it's not just that, we're totally isolated where we are. We're out on the coast in a residential area, and there's no sort of grocery stores or restaurants or anything within walking distance for us, and it's not even a place where we can get a tuk-tuk. There's no transport here really. So we're totally cut off for the first time. This is the first time.
No SIM cards or
Nothing.
internet.
Nothing. No air conditioning, just some fans. First time we've been cut off like this. And
We walked in and
we fought it.
freaked out a bit and thought, we can't do this. What are they thinking? Why would they send us here? But
And
We
as
fought
soon
it. We were
Yeah, we
fighting
did.
it. From the time we walked in the door, we were looking for things that we needed to make us comfortable, things to make us feel that we needed them to survive, really, wasn't it?
as soon as the people taking care of us came and showed us, we all started saying, we need a couch, we need a TV, this isn't really what we want,
And-
there's more accommodation,
Yeah.
why this?
But bear in mind that it's not. We're not just here tonight. We're here for 8 days. So we had that stretched out in front of us, thinking, living without all this stuff for that long, we can't manage. We can't do that. Why should we even have to?
Your ego jumps up and it starts trying to make arguments to why you should be justified in leaving or going to a different place. And our host Monica, who is just
The
absolutely beautiful.
loveliest
She is
person.
beautiful. And we did nothing but fight and resist what was that we'd been provided for us. And we're realising that that was wrong. And that fighting and that resisting and that in those times, and everybody knows when they're fighting and resisting something so hard that you're trying to come up with excuses and reasons that justify your thoughts and your feelings. Oh, there's no couch, there's no kitchen to cook, there's no supermarket. You can come up with every justified reason you want, but it ain't going to change anything in terms of what's actually right and what is good for you and what you need.
And the funny thing is that we, coming into this whole trip, had said we want to meet the locals, we want to integrate a bit in society,
going to say.
And, well, what's
Snap.
this place doing?
So what have we been
We
doing?
wanted to see how the locals live and try it out for ourselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we're trying it out.
And, hey, what are we provided with? A place in amongst the locals where we can see their community in action. There's a house 2 doors down the road. We didn't have any dinner. They brought us
They
dinner.
bought us dinner.
They
tonight.
whipped up some dinner and
It's pretty nice.
it was delicious.
And it was even egg. Kate doesn't like egg.
Kate doesn't like
but it was delicious.
I loved it, which is pretty strange for a dish that has egg in.
Yeah.
So I guess what we want to say.
But actually, as well as saying we wanted, the purpose of the trip was to meet the locals, we also said for this part of the trip, someone is organising this part of the trip for us, and we had said to him, what did we say?
Nats, you'll know, I sent you a text and I said, we will do everything we can to be 100% open and just roll with what is provided for us. And I'm sorry, but today I didn't quite live up to that as much as I could have, but I've learned, we've seen it, we've all recognised it, and we're going to try harder tomorrow. We can't say that we aren't going to experience days like this again, but we're still in there and we're hanging in with it. We've had a crap 3 to 4 weeks. We've had a really hard time. It's been really difficult, and we really have learned from it that we're no different to anyone. We're no different to any of you if anybody's watching this. It doesn't matter whether you're at home, it doesn't matter whether you're on holiday, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life or where you are. We all experience really hard times. And to continually think that it's always going to be better in the future, or to always look forward to something to make you be able to handle now, is not the way we should be living. We should be living for today. Living for what we've got. Family, friends, a roof over our heads. Hey, it's what we should be doing, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going on?
We can probably wrap it up.
We could probably wrap it up. Alright, you wrap it up.
So this is us, the Howards, the Live Free Kiwis, minus the one who's in bed, and we just wanted to keep it real, and
It's not all good times.
but we learn from the bad. Live free.
Live free, dudes.
Bye.
So.